when I'm out there in the house, somebody interviewed and cops came out here. Told me I was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. Mine. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance. You see the devil in a glance, boy. The devil in a glance, I could knock you out your pants, boy. Knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house.
I got a baby girl inside this house, and right now she's sound asleep. So it's probably best for the both of us if you just turn around and leave. Cause if you come in this fucking house, then you too gonna go to sleep. I promise you, boy, don't play with me. I pray to God my soul to keep. Especially this day and age, gotta handle shit our own way. With a 30-30 horse 12 gauge behind this door, you're hella weight. My old lady, she rides too, picking up every shell case, mopping up these blood stains, but she ain't seen a damn thing. Most of my people are convicts, hard-headed, no nonsense. So please approach with caution. You never know who's watching. You never know what's on the other side of that front door, and you knocking. Might step out like motherfuckers get to dropping. All the neighbors heard was the dogs barking. The sun was down, it was getting dark, and I told the sheriff it ain't no problems, man. I was just taking out the garbage. So if you don't mind, please excuse me. I'm with the family trying to watch a movie. I'm sure you got better things to do, so I'll let you go and get back to do
coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Glad you brought your friends, they can watch it go down. I got mine too, so welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. From here, then you won't understand. This is my country. This is who I am. So
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV here on what is a Saturday afternoon, a Friday night, here from the virtual Lucas Oil Speedway. Tonight, do a little special one-off presentation. It is the Big Al's Guns December Rumble. Pro late models on the program here, like I said, at the Lucas Oil Speedway. As we get ready for 2030, we've got quite a few drivers actually. We've got probably in the mid-50s, I'm going to say around 55, 56 drivers signed into the pit area tonight as they all attempt to try and win $100 cold hard cash, a free entry, of course, courtesy of Ars, Aaron's Setup Shop. Get a big thank you to, of course, Ars, Big Al Guns. We've also got, I did have it up here, one second. Big thanks to, of course, Apex. Apex Industries, Big Al's Guns, and hashtag Dakota Strong also as the sponsors for tonight. Again, the Lucas Oil Speedway Pro late models. Still got a number of drivers on the racetrack. Let's take a look at some of those drivers and their times right now. You are watching Thomas Vickers in car number 23. He goes second quick with a 14.489. A 14.489. How about that for Thomas Vickers? Second quick. These drivers, they get 3 laps. Now goes third quick as Desmond Busby with a 14.451 and Damien Keeper with a 14.463. Jordan Johnson in car number 39 on the racetrack, getting set to lay down the first of their lap, or their first of 3. what should be 3 lap times. Looks like it's going to be 54th quick with a 14.839. 56 cars have taken time. I believe we are just waiting on Matt Logan, that D1RT ML Performance entry's got 30 seconds. He'll have to get up on the horse if he wants to lay down a lap time, but at this stage going to be scored in about 50, well, what is going to be 59th quick, but we have 2 admins here this evening that will look after everything when it comes to making the decisions and who's going to be at fault. So, practice is done. We're about to close the curtains on qualifying. The high performance Lucas Oil Speedway. Again, one of the newest tracks, of course. Lincoln Speedway getting added just a couple of days ago. So qualifying is done. Let's go into qualifying, but let's take a look at the qualifying results. It is Desmond Busby going quick time. We'll see 5 heats on the program. Top 3 from the heats will go straight through to the main event. Everybody else will get seeded into one of 3 last chance showdowns. And let's take a look at heat race number 1 for you right now. And starting from the pole position in the D1RT Racing number 82 machine, that is Desmond Busby. He's outside. Driving car number 113, Paul Hollander from position number 2. Lucas Rourke lines up at a position number 3. Ryan Conrad lines up at a position number 4. Chance Car, the Rocket Esports number 41 will start from position number 5. From position number 6, Laken Martin will start outside your 3rd row. The Gas Money Sim Sports car number 75 of Daniel Adam lines up at a position number 7. Joey Lingman lines up the 16 from position number 8. Row 5 to the inside, Bryson Daffin, car number 18 will start from position number 9. Aaron Langley in the 50 from position number 10. And your 6th and final row here for the Big Al's Guns December Rumble. From position number 11, Jason Dill, car number 25, and Alan Bergen lining up from position number 12. We should be going green flag racing very, very quickly. We should see the pace truck take to the pits on the initial. So we're only going to roll around for what hopefully is going to be 1 lap. But we wait for that iRacing.com official pace truck to make its way off the racing surface. Cars rolling away down into turn number 1. And looks like we are going to go 2 to green, in fact. So Hollander and Busby, couple of D1RT guys on the front row. Lucas Rourke, Ryan Conrad in your 2nd row. And you go back to Chance Car, Laken Martin in row 3, Daniel Adam, Joey Lingren in row 4, Bryson Daffin, Aaron Langley in row 5, Jason Dill and Alan Bergen. Get a big thank you to everybody that has made this possible here for these little one-off shows. You should see these shows once a month. Free entry, but there will be a payout. Of course, tonight, $100 to the winner. Desmond Busby's got a chance to go for the clean sweep after going quickest in qualifying. Can he get the job done in heat race number 1? They get to the start zone. It's in the field of Desmond Busby in the 82. And let's launch them underway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. We'll let them loose as we go through and watch Hollander in 2nd position. Then you go back to this 21C entry of Ryan Conrad. The 5 of Lucas Rourke got some virtual mechanical issues. We'll see if he can hold on. Here comes the 20 entry of Chance Car. On the inside, that's the 2 machine. That was Laken Martin in car number 20. Martin to the outside on car. Joey Lingren back there in position number 7. They all trying to chase down your race leader as you watch Paul Hollander and Ryan Conrad go side by side through turn number 1 and 2. Conrad the 21C. Hollander in that 113 entry. Hollander goes upstairs now into turn number 3 and turn 4. He'll still hold on to position number 2. 3 down, 5 to go. Remember, top 3 will lock themselves into tonight's main event. There was problems there with Laken Martin and Chance Car in the 2 car. And we're going to go yellow on that one, Laken Martin. So an early call for race control to make here. Whether it gets caught up as just a bit of a racing deal, we'll have to wait and see what happens here. We'll take a look at your instant replay. So Lakin in the 20. Carr was in the 2 machine, so it looks like Martin got into the back of Carr. And poor old Martin got hit there from behind, and unfortunately sent him back to the pit area. So again, a big thank you to Aaron Setup Shop, Dakota Strong, Apex Industries, and of course Big Owl's Guns. Ready for the restart here in heat number 1 of 5. So 5 heats, 3 consolation races, a 50 lap A main event to come. So plenty of racing. Plenty of racing to come from the Lucas Oil Speedway, the Big Al's Guns December Rumble. So it looks like they were just waiting for the safety car to come back out onto the racing surface. So we'll send them around a couple more times. Heat number 1 of 5, 3 B mains and a 5-minute warm-up session followed by a 50 lap A main event to come. Who's going to take out $100, $50 for second and $25 for third? So the pace truck takes the right hand turn and goes on to the outside of the racetrack. Heat race number 1 set to resume. Once they get to the start zone, it's in the field of Desmond Busby once again. And we're back underway with Busby going down to the bottom in turn number 1 and 2, the 21C of Ryan Conrad. He's now got some company with Chance Carr, and we are yellow. See if we can find out what happened on this one. Oh, looks like Aaron Langley, here we are. Aaron Langley in car number 14, I believe that is, inside 4th row, the red and white car. Ooh, what was that in the 18? That was Bryson Daffin. And that's why we're yellow. So again, there is a restart zone for these drivers. I believe it is the second last tyre on the exit of corner number 4. So this one they are reaching now. And once we go green, we're going to try it again in heat race number 1. Conrad and Chance Carr, they'll go side by side. Chance Carr's got the advantage on the low side, but here comes Ryan Conrad looking to the outside. Then you go back, look at Daniel Adam in car number 75. He's got Joey Lindgren. He works to the inside, 2 by 2 for 3, 4, 5 and 6 positions. Paul Hollander still holds on to the runner-up position. Meanwhile, Desmond Busby gets to the white flag first. Heat race number 1 with 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. Hollander, Conrad and Carr all the way 3 wide through turn number 1 and 2, but it won't matter because part of the racing flag which says checkers around. Heat race number 1 belongs to Desmond Busby. Paul Hollander home in second. Ryan Conrad third by 1/1000th of a second at the start finish line. That was unofficially, and we'll make it official now to make it 3/1000ths of a second. Busby, Hollander, Conrad go to the 50 lap main event for the Big Al's Guns December Rumble. Carr, Adam, Lindgren, Langley, Daffin, Dill, Bergen, Martin and Rourke will go through to one of 3 last chance qualifiers Heat race number 2 will line up like this. For Team Victory Lane Racing, it's the Zero Machine of Damien Keeper from position number 1. Logan Rumsey, the 41, from position number 2. Trevor Fitz rolls off at a position number 3. Robbie Swan lines up at a position number 4. Position number 5, it's Tyler Ducharme. In position number 6, Logan Gill. Starting from position number 7, Josh Fuller. From position number 8, Connor Matson. 5th row inside position number 9, Eddie Farnes. Position number 10, Aaron Watson. And your 6th and final row inside from position number 11, it's Chad Marshall. And to the outside, failed to get a qualifying lap in from position number 12, it's Matt Logan. So those are your 12 drivers in heat race number 2. So Pace Truck still on the racing surface here for the moment. They will get the Wonder Green signal from Barney the iRacing flagman. He gives him a nice little one finger salute. Take it how you like. And ready for a start in heat race number 2. Kiefer and Rumsey, Fitz and Swan, Ducharme and Gill, and the green flag is out. Heat race number 2. The Big L's Guns December Rumble. They rumble down into turn number 1 and 2. Kiefer slides up in front of Rumsey. Rumsey's got some dip. He'll now look down to the inside. Rumsey to the bottom into turns 3 and 4. Who's going to have the lead as he comes? Damien Kiefer to the outside. Too close to call the start-finish line. There was very little in between the pair of Kiefer and Rumsey. They still work side by side. Kiefer still on the top side of the racetrack. Rumsey goes through the slick. He drifts up just a little bit because now here comes Trevor Fitz trying to go down to the middle of the racetrack. Inside Logan Rumsey down into turn number 1 and 2. Swan holding up the challenge in the 37 machine from Tyler Ducharme, the Slick Sim Sports car number 9. And number 4 and current Pro World Championship drivers here in heat race number 2. Kiefer fending off the challenge from Rumsey down to the low side. Swan and Ducharme looking for better starting spots in tonight's B mains. And I say B mains because there is going to be 3 of them in fact. Rumsey, Fitz slides up in front of Robbie Swan. Robbie Swan now gets to the inside. He's got the front bumper on the left rear quarter panel of the 28 machine of Trevor Fitz. Wheel to wheel. Now here comes Tyler Ducharme. You don't want to give this man. I don't want to give this man an inch because he will take an absolute mile. As here comes Ducharme. Right rear above the slick on that thin cushion upstairs. Meanwhile, Rumsey coming after your race leader of Damien Kiefer. 2/10 of a second. Now Ducharme goes to the inside on Trevor Fitz. Looks for the final transfer position. He's got it down the back straightaway. Tyler Ducharme from position number 5. He's moved his way to position number 3. Meanwhile, the white flag is out for your race leader, Damien Kiefer. Logan Rumsey with a slide job down into turn number 1 and 2. Rumsey, Kiefer, door-to-door slider attempt coming back from Damien Kiefer. Who's going to have it at the line? Rumsey back to the inside. Damien Kiefer wins this calamity and carnage on turns 3 and 4. For the final transfer position. Oh my, what a race in the end from Damien Kiefer and Logan Rumsey. Part of the iRacing flag, but he must be happy with 7 3/4 laps of heat race number 2. Kiefer, Rumsey and Fitz unofficially going to get the 3 transfer positions. Let's take a look at those official results. It is Kiefer from Rumsey and Trevor Fitz in position number 3. 4th will go to Gill. 5th will be Fuller, Matson, Farnes, Logan, Watson, Marshall, and Ducharme and Robbie Swan come together. They'll come home in 11th and 12th, and they've got a fair bit of work to do. Heat number 2 will line up like this. Thomas Vickers in the 1 machine will start from position number 1 to his outside from position number 2. That is Chase Hardy. Position number 3, it's going to be Jalen Anderson from position number 4, Logan Romney. Bowden Brett lines up at a position number 5, and Jesse Wall will start from position number 6. Colin Murphy lines up at a position number 7. Knox Lumley lines up at a position number 8. Tyler Clement lines up at a position number 9. Timmy Bylong. Belong? We'll go with Belong. Lines up at a position number 10. And Tayton Sander from position number 11. Green flag is out. Heat race number 3 is upon us. And we've got 3 more heat races, including this one, left to go before we move into the consolation races. Chase Hardy fends up the challenge from Jaden Anderson. Anderson in that 33 machine, working to the bottom in turn number 3 and 4. Hardy holds on to the runner-up position. 3-1 for a split second there with Thomas Vickers on the top side. Hardy was through the middle. Anderson, here comes Logan Romney in that number 7 machine. Works to the outside of the racetrack. Jesse Wall, car number 2. He's now peeled it upstairs. Got around the outside of Bowden Brennan, car 159. Lot of side-by-side action. The track is just starting to take some shape right now. The line's starting to develop. It'll get slicker as we progress throughout the course of the evening. Will there be any track maintenance? Well, we'll have to wait and find out. Look out, Logan Romney gets into the back of the 33 entry of Jaden Anderson. We go yellow. Well, Logan Romney gets into the back of Jaden Anderson. Let's take a look at your instant replay. Although we seen it live, we'll get a closer look. So just gets into the left rear quarter panel. Got a little bit better of a drive on the entry into turn number 1. And unfortunately, Jaden Anderson, he goes around. No doubt Logan Romney is going to be sent to the tail end of the field. We'll have to wait for race control to delegate those penalties. Can confirm Jaden Anderson is already sitting at the back of the bus with the 33 entry of Jaden Anderson. So significant damage on that 33 entry. Not a whole lot of damage on that 7. So wait for the lights to go up. The field will double up into rows of 2 by 2 here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. The Big Al's Guns December Rumble. $100 to the winner here tonight. $50 for second, $25 for third, and of course, it's a free entry, so who doesn't love free money? Ready for the start here or the restart in heat race number 3. And the green flag drops and the BS doesn't stop. No, because Chase Hardy immediately throws a slider there on Thomas Vickers. As Vickers goes back to the inside. Now here comes Jesse Wall in car number 2. Looking down to the low side on Chase Hardy into turns 3 and 4. Hardy's going to reclaim the second position. Jesse Wall gets back upstairs. Meanwhile, Bowden Brett of the 159 machine fends off the challenge from the 24 entry of Knox Lumley. Top 5, top 6 all on the top. Little contact there with Colin Murphy. Got into the back of Knox Lumley, but not enough to spin that car out. He backed out of it. Good job from Colin Murphy. Top 3 on screen at the moment as the white flag flies from Barney. The R-Racing flagman says one more time around the Lucas Oil Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Thomas Vickers leading the way from Chase Hardy. Jesse Wall, do they try anything silly down into 3 and 4? Well, they'll try something different, but they're not going to attempt to make those passes. Those top 3 will lock themselves in a 50-lap main event later on. Checkered flag is out. Thomas Vickers gets the win from Chase Hardy home in second. Jesse Wall will come home in position number 3. Let's take a look at your official results right now on screen. It is Thomas Vickers, Chase Hardy, and Jesse Wall confirmed going to do battle for 50 laps later on. Bowden Brandt, Knox Lumley, Colin Murphy will come home 4, 5, and 6. Tayton Sander, Tyler Clement, Jaden Anderson, Logan Romney, and Timmy Belong will come home in 11th. And those drivers from 4th on back will go through to the consolation races. We'll quickly roll through heat race number 4. That is Richard Murtaugh Jr. and Huey Quillen in row number 1. Thaddeus Marshall and Hayden Carbell, row 2. Scout Neff and William Stites in row 3. Tyson Yalecki and Carl Jarrett, row 4. Nick King, Parker Dixon, row 5. And Jordan Johnson in row number 6. It's time to go green. Kyle Jarrett missed the call for heat number 4. So 10 cars to do battle. Top 3 to the main event. And well, Huey Quillen and Richard Murtaugh down into turn number 1 and 2. Quillen on the inside, Murtaugh on the top side of the racetrack. Here comes a former iRacing World of Outlaw late model world champion of Hayden Cardwell in the Slick Sim Sports Caliber 07 machine. Cardwell down to the bottom, down into turn number 1. He's got the grip down there to get the run, to get by the 33. But Murtaugh Jr. back to the outside. Slide job by Hayden Cardwell. Murtaugh down back to the inside. Crossover move by Richard Murtaugh Jr. Cardwell rails it upstairs into turn number 1 and 2. Will Murtaugh protect the bottom into turns 3? No, he'll stay to the top side, and therefore that checked up Hayden Cardwell and Huey Quillen. All done well to not roll into each other as now we roll down to the bottom of Hayden Cardwell. Murtaugh may have missed the bottom in turn number 1 and 2. He drifted up. Hayden Cardwell, is he going to stay down low? He'll slide it all the way up. A very, very long slide job that was, as we've got 4 down and 4 to run. Murtaugh back to the pointy end of the field now with Hayden Cardwell. What a race you've got between Hayden Cardwell, Richard Murtaugh Jr. Cardwell goes back to the number 1 position at the line again. That was too close to call. Murtaugh stays to the middle of the racetrack. Cardwell tries to get a run on the outside. Now Murtaugh, now his chance to throw a slide job down into turn number 1 and 2. Again, it's a very long slide job. The corners are very short, but it's a long slide job all the way through 3 and 4. 2 to run for Hayden Cardwell, your race leader at the moment, out down the back straightaway. Murtaugh goes back to the top side of the racetrack. Hayden Cardwell now 1 lap away from claiming victory in heat race number 4. The winner, in fact, will start from the outside of the second row. Cardwell's got the bottom at the moment, and he looks to be very, very comfortable. He'll protect that bottom down into turn 3. Very smart drive by Hayden Cardwell, and a calculated win up that. Well done to Richard Murtaugh coming home second. Third will go to Huey Quillen at the line. Thaddeus Marshall, William Stites make up your top 5. A fantastic showing by Cardwell. Murtaugh put on an absolute belter of a heat race in heat number 4. As we take a look at those official results just quickly, it is going to be Cardwell, Murtaugh and Quillen your top 3. For Marshall, Stites, Jalecki, Johnson, Dixon, King, Neff and Jared, they'll go through the consolation race. Heat number 5, your 5th and final heat race of the evening. Chase Barbara lines up alongside Nick Cooper from position number 2. Loic Bernier and Jacob Fields roll off out of positions number 3 and 4. Richie Yost and Blake Andrews out of 5 and 6. Justin Benningfield and Charles Barnes out of 7th and 8th. Josh Boland from 9th. Chase Short from position number 10. And Brady Thompson from position number 11. Well, this ought to be interesting with Barbara and Cooper in row number 1. That's the cars, what was going to be 11 cars, but it is just the 10. Jacob Fields from the outside of the second row, again missing the call for that one. Heat number 5, your 5th and final heat. 3 more drivers will transfer to the main event. We are green with Chase Barbara. Now we go 3-wire Bernier, Barbara and Cooper. Cooper sitting back there in position number 2, that number 35 machine. Keep an eye on Richie Yost in the 29 on the outside, looking in. Look out, 1K hitting the tractor tires on the exit of turn number 4. Let me tell you, they don't move. Bernier to the inside. He'll move to position number 2. Now trying to come after your race leader of Chase Barbara. Cooper back down to the low side with the 28 of Bernier. Here comes the 29 to the right of your screen. That's Richie Yost. Now Richie Yost gets a run on the outside of Nick Cooper. And Richie Yost going to look to move up into the top 3 and look for an automatic transfer into tonight's main event rather than having to come through one of 3 last chance qualifiers. Back battle for positions 5 and 6. That is Blake Andrews and Charles Barnes. They work wheel to wheel through turn number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Barbara got about half a second gap over Bernier. Richie Yost, 2/10 of a second. Back to air in 3rd position. And about 3/4 of a second back to Nick Cooper. And this battle on screen right now for 5th and 6th is because here comes Josh Boland trying to come into the mix right now. So a good little 3-car battle, 1-car round. That's Charles Barnes. He got tagged by Josh Boland. And we go yellow. So probably a good opportunity for some of these drivers just to take a breather. I think Bernier trying to play some mind games with Chase Barber here. Brady Thompson, Chase Short, driver sitting in 6th and 7th position. Both have advanced up 4 positions from their original starting spots. So we wait for that iRacing.com official pace truck to move off the racing circuit. So the pace truck goes off the racetrack here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. The Big Al's Guns December Rumble. The Pro Late Models. $100 to the winner, 50 for second, 25 for third. And the top 3 from the heat races. This is your 5th and final heat with a green-white checker. Top 3 directly to the 50-lap main event. Chase Barber holds off the challenge from Bernier and Richie Yost. Now Yost looking down, looks up to the top side of the racetrack. You've got Nick Cooper looking down low. Bernier challenging for the race lead through 3 and 4. Bernier slide job down into turn number 1 and 2. Barber around the outside of the number 23 machine. Chase Barber back to the number 1 position. Will protect that bottom side down into turn number 3. Checkered flag flies. Here comes Yost on the outside. Oh, Yost and Bernier make some contact. It's not going to change the outcome of the race because both the drivers were going to the show. Anyway, Barber, Bernier, Yost, top 3 for the likes of Cooper, Andrews, Thompson, Barnes, Short, Boland, Benningfield, and Fields. They go through to one of 3 last chance qualifiers. And speaking of the last chance qualifiers, they will be 12 laps in distance. And the top 3 will go on to the back of the A main, which will essentially give us a 24-car field. Chance Carr and Thaddeus Marshall in row 1. Josh Fuller and Blake Andrews in row number 2. Colin Murphy and Aaron Langley in row 3. Row 4, Jordan Johnson and Matthew Logan. Row 5, Chase Short and Jaden Anderson. Row 6, Alan Bergen, Scout Neff. And Tyler Ducharme and Jacob Fields in row number 7. There is Thaddeus Marshall and Chance Carr leading this, what is now from 14 down to 12. So a 12-car field for what is known as B main number 1. Top 3, 12 laps. You've got to be in it to win it. If you're 4th on back, well, your night is done. For the Big Al's Guns December Rumble as we are green in B main number 1. Carr will lead him through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straight away. Here comes Blake Andrews on the outside of Josh Fuller in the 15 machine. Fuller in the 12 machine down to the bottom. Wheel to wheel and door to door down into turn number 1 and 2. The battle is on for the minor placings and the top 3 transfer positions. 2nd, 3rd and 4th on screen at the moment. There's your race leader, Chance Carr in the 2 machine. Blake Andrews around the outside. It's not a trailer park, Al. It's just Blake Andrews doing Blake Andrews things in the 15 machine. He'll get past 1. He'll look to get past 2 cars in the space of 1 full circuit. around the Lucas Oil Speedway and does so. Blake Andrews up to position number 2. Thaddeus Marshall back there in position number 3. When fights back to the inside on Andrews to return number 1 and 2. They go down the back straight away. The 12 entry of Josh Fuller got a little tight. Aaron Langley back there in position number 5. Matthew Logan trying to come through the field. Keep an eye on Tyler Ducharme in car number 9. One car upside down. And we are going to go yellow. And speaking of Ducharme, there's a little contact there with the 39 entry of Jordan Johnson. So keep an eye on Ducharme, who had to come from the final row. And he's almost inside the top 5. I think he's sitting in 7th position at the moment. Again, a big thank you to, of course, everybody that has come out and raced here this evening. Again, a big thank you to, of course, Apex Industries. Hashtag Dakota Strong, us, Aaron's Setup Shop, and Big Al's Guns. So we wait for the lights to go out on the pace truck, which hopefully they go out this time. So the field doubles up. Martin of the racing flagman, he says, righto boys, Chance car, the field is in your hands. 12 laps was the scheduled distance, and we will complete the 12 laps. I doubt it's going to take 20 minutes. So it's going to be 5 down and 7 to go. So nearing half race distance. Green flag flies as we start lap number 6 of 12. It's going to be Chance car once again, but keep an eye on Blake Andrews. Andrews with a run on the top side of the racetrack. Carr will go from the middle. He'll slide it to the cushion. We went 3 wide for a moment. Here comes Josh Fuller in car number 12. Fuller to the outside on Thaddeus Marshall. Look out, Tyler Ducharme on the inside. Makes it 3 wide on the bottom side. I told you got to watch out for the 9 machine, the Slick Sim Sports driver. Some contact with both Marshall and Fuller. And we are going to go yellow. Matthew Logan, the 41 car, copping the worst of that one. And a big call for race control to make. At first glance, it looked like it may have been Tyler Ducharme's fault, but we are going to leave it in the capable hands of race control to determine who is at fault and if any penalties are going to be handed out. So who knows what's going to happen from here on out as we wait for the safety car. Sitting on 2 to green at the moment. If it does happen to take a right-hand turn, which it does not. So ready for a start. Alright, here we go. B-main number 1 resumes here at Lucas Oil. The Big Al's Guns December Rumble. Down into 1 and 2. Keep an eye on the 15 of Blake Anderson. So it is, in fact, well, Tyler Ducharme may have been sent to the tail end of the field because he's back there in 7th position and he's going to be involved in something once again. So we are yellow on the raceway. So again, we're going to leave that to the delicate hands of race control. They've got a number of people up in the admin tower, or the race control tower, I should say. And we're going to let those drivers sort that out between themselves. Safety car lights are out. And coming back to the green flag. Jaden Anderson out of the event. Matt Logan out of the event. Right now, it is Chance Carr leading the way from Blake Andrews. And, well, can Blake Andrews get a good run? Can he get the good restart? Like he has been. He'll go to the cushion, down into 1. Out of 2, he'll look to come back to the middle of the racetrack. He'll now dive it down to the inside. Once again, we go caution. And I dare say some of these drivers at the tail end of the field are getting a little antsy and maybe getting a little desperate. So again, quickly taking the lights off the iRacing.com pace truck. Logan, Short, Anderson, Neff and Fields out. So 5 cars, 9 left on the racetrack, fighting for 3 transfer positions only. If you're not inside the top 3, well, your night is over. It is G-A-M-E-O-V-E-R. Game over. 3 wide for the runner-up position. The minor placings right now. Blake Anderson and Thaddeus Marshall got an absolute horrible restart. Meanwhile, Josh Fuller going from the outhouse to the penthouse as Fuller. He's up to position number 2. And poor Blake Andrews has got absolutely shafted. And now because that car spun around, because we've already got the white flag, we are not going to go caution. Ducharme now. 1 spot out of a transfer. Checkered flag will fly. It's going to be Chance Carr. Josh Fuller holds on to 2nd. Thaddeus Marshall will grab the 3rd and final transfer position. Whew. That had a bit of everything in it. And the first B main is complete. We've still got 2 more B mains to run, followed by a little warm-up session. And I dare say, without going too much into it, without knowing this, I dare say with the warm-up session, I think we may have a track reset, and therefore the drivers will have at least 2 or 3 minutes of practice on it, just to tear it up just a little bit and get it ready for that 50-lap A-main event. That would be my guess, but I could be wrong. Chance Carr, Josh Fuller and Thaddeus Marshall go through to the main event. Everybody else fought on back. Well, unfortunately, your night is done here in the Big Al's Guns December Rumble for the Pro Late Models at the Lucas Oil Speedway. B-main number 2. It will line up like this. Logan Gill, Nick Cooper in row number 1. Knox Lumley and Joey Linger in row 2. Tyson Yalecki, Eddie Farnes in row 3. Charles Barnes and Tyler Clem in row 4. Row 5, Jason Dill and Nick King. Row 6, Chad Marshall, and Justin Benningfield. And row 7 going to be Timmy B. Long and Robbie Swan for the 14 drivers to do battle in B-main number 2. Just like what we've seen in B-main number 1, essentially the D-main. It'll be 12 laps around Lucas Oil. Top 3 will tag on to the back of the A-main. Green flaggers out position 17, 20 and 23 are up for grabs for 3 of these drivers. We go green. It's going to be Logan Gill down the back straight away. Nick Cooper got some company with Knox Lumley on the inside in the 24 machine. Look out, here comes Joey Lindgren. 3 wide down the main straight away. Lindgren and Cooper come together. Here comes Farnas on the inside in the 21. The 21C of Charles Barnes trying to make a run. 3 wide once again. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Lindgren around the outside. Joey Lindgren in position number 3. But still the battle heats up for positions number 4, 5, 6 and now 7 with your throw in Tyson Yalecki. 3 wide once again down into turn 3. Oh, some fantastic racing. Cooper around the outside. Meanwhile, challenge for the race lead. Here comes Lumley to the inside now on Joey Lindgren. Logan Gill back to position number 3. He's lost the race lead. Lumley takes over the number 1 position. Lindgren goes downstairs. Logan Gill throws the big slider line down through 3 and 4. Wow, 4 lots of 2x2 action if you don't mind. Here at Lucas Oil. Lumley and Lindgren. 1/2 tenth of a second. Lumley's got the advantage. 5 down, 7 to run. Charles Barnes in the 21C looks low through 1 and 2 on Logan Gill. Logan Gill, your original pole sitter. Here comes Nick Cooper. Cooper working to the cushion through turn number 3 and 4. We'll get around the outside of Charles Barnes. Move Nick Cooper back to position number 4. And Cooper now 1 spot out of a transfer position. Looking for a $100 payday. Lindgren drifts up the racetrack. He will take over the race lead from Knox Lumley. Lumley went through the middle. Cooper's now opted to go downstairs. Challenge on for the race lead. Now it's going to be a 3-car battle for the number 1, 2 and 3 position because here comes the 2. Logan Gill. He's finally found his mojo. 8 down and 4 to run. Gill to the cushion. Cooper to the cushion. Lindgren, Lumley and Barnes all work the bottom side of the racetrack. Gill got a little tight there on the cushion on the entry into turn number 3. Still a little bit tight all the way through turn number 4. He gathers it back up right now as Knox Lumley goes to the outside into turn number 1. Now working down low again as Charles Barnes in the 21C. Just as we were coming to 2 to go. We are yellow. And that will set us up for a green-white checker. Let's take a look at your NLRA instant replay. It's going to be courtesy of Nick King. In car 43, just gets a little lumped at there, not once but twice. And just got that car a little sideways on the entry into turn number 1, unfortunately. Oh boy. That was close to some of the drivers. Especially in the 44. Might have been Chad Marshall in the 44, I think it was. Yes, it was. So the 16th, Joey Lindgren. Pulling down to the inside. What's going on with Joey Lindgren? Seems to be coming up to the front of the field. Maybe just fixing some sort of hardware issue. Maybe steering wheel or pedals. Again, just could be depending on he might be running a VR headset. Who knows? He might have triple screen, single screen. But it was very odd to see him pull down to the inside not once but twice. Maybe having some pedal issues as well. Again, could be a number of things. We are just speculating here at the moment. Screw you, Bevins. Screw you. I can't spell game over. But again, I had to spell it out first in my head. Green flag is out. We're about to see the white flag. Lumley to the outside of the 24 machine. He'll take over the number 1 position. Lindgren back to 2nd. Cooper up to position number 3. Final time around the Lucas Oil Speedway. If you're not inside the top 3, well, it is time to pack her up and go home. Checkered flag about to fly from Barnhill Racing. Flag Knox Lumley wins. Cooper will grab 2nd. Lindgren will grab 3rd. Your pole sitter Logan Gill comes home in position number 4. Unfortunately, he'll be on the outside looking in from here on out. And your 2nd B main will finish like this. Lumley, Cooper and Lindgren all going to the show. For Gill, Farnas, Barnes, Clement, Yalecki, Swan, Belong, Benningfield, Dill, King and Marshall. It is time to go home. As the final B main upon us, third and final B main that is. And very quickly, it will look like this. Bowden Brandt and Daniel Adam in row 1. William Stites and Connor Matson in row 2. Brady Thompson, Tayton Sander, row 3. Bryson Daffin, Parker Dixon, row 4. Aaron Watson, Josh Boland, row 5. Logan Romney and Laken Martin in row 6. And row 7 is Kyle Jarrett. But we've only got 8 cars on the racetrack. Green flag is out, 12 laps, 8 cars, 3 will advance. And with 3 wide down the back straightaway, Adam, Matson and Stites. It's going to be Adam and Matson. Daniel Adam in the 75, the 3 entry of Connor Matson back there to position number 3. Keep an eye on Brady Thompson, the 27B. He now moves up to position number 4 as Connor Matson jumped the cushion in 1 and 2. It's still going to be Bowden Brandt leading the way from Daniel Adam. Aaron Watson, an early casualty in this one. Look out, William Stites in the 66. He'll go off the racetrack in turn number 1 and 2. Boys, I'm going to say, if you haven't read the PowerPoints presentation, if you haven't read that, oh, press the wrong button there. If you haven't read that, you need to say on track equals fast. I'll wait for the overlay to load itself back up again as we still watch William Stites in the 66 entry trying to fight by the 27B of Brady Thompson. Meanwhile, there is a challenge starting to develop for the race lead. Daniel Adam was working low through 1 and 2. Now he'll work to the top in turns number 3 and 4. Gets a massive run here on Bowden Brandt. He'll now dive down to the inside. Slide jump for the race lead. 5 down, 7 laps left to run. Here in the third and final B main of the night. For the Big Al's Guns, December Rumble. Bowden Brandt still has the race lead. Daniel Adam, once again, the track is fairly slick right now. Still some moisture down the straightaways, especially down the back straight. So if you can get your car set up for corner exit speed, you're going to be pretty quick down the straightaways. Bowden Brandt still leading the race with just a handful of laps left to go. Well, look out, Brady Thompson with a big slide jump and caught the grass on the infield. And off the racetrack he goes. So goodbye, says Brady Thompson. He's still on the racetrack, back in 4th position, but he's 2 seconds behind William Stites in that 66 machine. Meanwhile, back up front, challenge still developing and brewing for this number 1 and 2 positions. Bowden Brandt in the 159. The race leader, but for how long? Because here comes Daniel Adam to the inside, and they go door to door down the back straight away. The 75 of Daniel Adams works low through 3, through the middle of turn number 4, looks to get the run. No, it's the outside line. That is the place to be on the exit of turn number 4. It looks like it might be the place to be through turn number 1 and 2. Brandt, Adam and Stites still 1, 2 and 3 positions at the moment. And boys, you don't have to do anything silly. 24, 21 and 18 starting positions up for grabs. Bowden Brandt. Here comes Daniel Adam on the inside. And Daniel Adam has got the lead down into turn number 3. He'll slide up. He'll slide to the cushion through 3 and 4 in the front straight away. Daniel Adam is going to win. He had the third and final B main. And what a way to close out the preliminary action here at the Lucas Oil Speedway for the Big Al Guns. Big Al's Gun December Rumble. And there is no track reset, so this is going to be slick, especially down the straightaways. Let's take a look at your final results on screen coming up. And it was Daniel Adam getting the win from Bowden Brandt and William Stites, the top 3 that will transfer to the main event for the likes of Thompson, Boland, Matson, Dixon, Watson, Sander, Dafford, Romney, Martin and Jared. 4th one back, we say goodbye to you. These drivers, there's essentially a 5-minute warm-up session. I don't think they're going to get the full 5 minutes, but we'll take this opportunity, pay a couple of bills, Step aside, play some music, and come back with your 50 lap A main event on the other side of this. You're watching the Big Al's Guns December Rumble here at the Lucas Oil Speedway for the Pro Late Models. $100 to the winner, $50 for second, and $25 for third. Live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll take a quick break.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste.
I'm the king of rock, there is none higher. Some MCs should call me sire. To promote my kingdom, you must choose fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire.
Now we rock the party and come correct. All sets are on time and rhyme connects. That's the right promotion and good elect. Another rapper can't stand it, but give us respect. I wanna rock. Back in 1955, man didn't know about a rock and roll show. No less guys. White man had the schmucks, white man had the blues. No one knew they was gonna do what Tchaikovsky had to do. Oh, let me rock. You know what I want. It came to pass. The rock and roll was born. Love across the land, every rock and band going like a storm. And the guitar man got famous. The business man got rich. And everybody was a superstar with a spirit. Let me rock. You know what I want.
Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Into this house we're born. Into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor out alone. Riders on the storm.
And the music was good and the music was loud.
Well, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV for the Big Al's Guns December Rumble here at the Lucas Oil Speedway for the Pro Late Model. $100 to the winner, $50 for second, $25 for third in these little one-off money races here on a Friday evening or Saturday afternoon for us here. But again, my name is Brett Whittle. Thank you for joining us here as we get set to take a look at your 24 drivers from back to front. Position number 24, Williams starts. Position number 23, Joey Lindgren. Position number 22 is Thaddeus Marshall. Position number 21, Bowden Brandt. Position number 20, Nick Cooper. Position number 19, Josh Fuller. Position number 18, Daniel Adam. Position number 17, it's Knox Lumley. Position number 16, Chance Carr. Position number 15, Richie Yost. Position number 14, Huey Quillen. Position number 13, Jesse Wall. Position number 12, Trevor Fitz. Position number 11, Ryan Conrad. Your top 10, Luke Bernier lines up at a position number 10, Richard Myrtle Jr. from position number 9. Position number 8, Chase Hardy. Position number 7, Logan Rumsey. Position number 6, Paul Hollander. Position number 5, Chase Barbara. Position number 4, Hayden Cardwell. Position number 3, Thomas Vickers. Position number 2, Damien Kiefer. And position number 1, Desmond Busby. That is your lineup for your 50-lap A main event here at the Lucas Oil Speedway for the Big Al's Guns December Rumble. The drivers, hello BJ, the drivers are ready to do battle around Lucas Oil. Thaddeus Marshall, Jesse Wall out of the event. So it will now be a 22-car field. For $100 on the line, 50 for second, 25 for third. Who will it be taking victory, taking the checkers, taking some cold hard cash in the back pocket? It's time to find out here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Who's gonna fire the first bullet? Well, it's not Big Al, it's gonna be Desmond Busby down into turn number 1. As the green flag flies, Hayden Cardwell jumps the racetrack. He's going to lose a number of positions. He'll lose a handful of spots as we watch Chase Barber in the yellow machine, the 23, watching Logan Rumsey representing one of the PA posse members down to the bottom into turn number 1 and 2. Vickers and Kiefer, they'll work side by side. We are yellow after one lap. Oh boy. Trevor Fitz in car number 28. He's got Knox Lumley, I think it is, on the inside. Gets it. Oh boy. So there we go. And that's why we have our first caution of the evening in tonight's A main. So caution laps will not count. So we'll just have to wait for the timing. Wait for the timing to sort itself out. Safety car is off the racing surface, I believe. Let's get him back underway. The Big Al's Guns December Rumble. Again, it's going to be Desmond Busby. The fire away off turn number 4. Green flag is back out. He'll protect the bottom down into 1 and 2. Vickers runs in position number 2. Damien Kiefer third. Then you go back to Logan Rumsey, Chase Barber, Paul Horner 3 wide if you don't mind through turns 3 and 4. Now they'll thin themselves out to some 2 wide action. Keep an eye on that 07 machine of Hayden Cardwell. Looks down to the bottom side. Here comes Chase Hardy in the 99 machine. And then you got Paul Hollander in front of them. So the field is stacked and jacked full of late model stars. Hardy and Hollander come together. Hollander may have tried to shut the door on Hardy, but Hardy was already to the inside as they were almost 3 wide. Kiefer tries to come after Thomas Vickers through 3 and 4, but couldn't do it. And now Logan Rumsey trying to take a look up on the inside of the zero machine of Damien Kiefer. We're 5 down as we go yellow. Ah, they got hooked together, BJ. That's why that's why the car snapped right like that. So, second time we see the yellow in this main event. We've got a number of drivers already going to the pits and then coming back out. You can see Thaddeus Marshall, who missed the start. He is now going to be essentially 6 laps down. Now, if you're wondering why it says 8, well, I got no idea. I got no idea on that one. Yeah, alright, I agree with you, Bryce. The racing's been pretty good up front. So again, lights are still on the iRacing.com official pace truck. Again, we will start the 7th lap, so it will go back to lap number 6 and then roll over to lap number 7. Just give it time to go down the back straight away and fix itself up. Now there we go, Thaddeus Marshall is now confirmed 6 laps down, not 8. So I don't think he's going to do much in this race other than well, try and just finish, and hopefully for him he will finish up a few more positions should some drivers not finish this race. Green flag is back out. We're back underway. Vickers has already got some company with Damien Kiefer once again. Kiefer runs somewhat down through the bottom side of the racetrack. He was like bottom mid area. Here comes Logan Rumsey now. Through the middle of 1 and 2 he goes, and Logan Rumsey to the outside. This three-way battle for positions number 2, 3 and 4. Rumsey goes back to the cushion in turn 3. Kiefer stays low. Look out, here comes Chase Barber. He's made his way to position number 5. Hayden Carwell, Richard Bertor Jr. Those are going to be drivers to watch during the course of this feature event. Little 3-wide action there between Rumsey, Vickers and Kiefer. It was only for probably about 30 or 40 feet. Oh no, look out. They all done well. Kiefer got into the back of Logan Rumsey. He backed out of it, and he was very, very thankful for the drivers behind him to check up. So hats off to all the drivers. Take a bow. We stay green. We're 10 down and 40 to run. Carwell on the low side tries to come after Logan Rumsey for the final spot on the podium. Meanwhile, there's Barbara and Richard Murtaugh. They're wheel to wheel as we are yellow. So the 159 of Bowden Brandt coming back out onto the racetrack. Who is my pick? Look, normally I'd like to pick, but I'm going with the thing that I'm not going to pick anybody, just for the sake of, you know, I don't want people to get a little hurt that I didn't pick them, or if you know, I don't want to give them the announcer's curse. So all I want is a good race. That's all I want. And so far, on this very tricky and tough track surface, with how slick it is, these drivers have really got the potential to put on one hell of a show. And for the people that do official racing and whatnot, this strength of field in this one is 6,000. So that just goes to show you. And if we bring up the license stuff, 1, 2, there's 2, 4, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 world-class drivers, the world championship drivers, so the pro drivers, the pinnacle of iRacing. Oh, look, I'm all about having a gamble, but again, look, we used to do this a lot. We used to pick a winner. We used to pick a hard charger. Man, we used to do everything here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We are what they call the trendsetters here. 11 down, 39 to go, and it's going to be Desmond Busby once again to fire off down into turn 1 and 2. But look out, here comes the 41 entry of Logan Rumsey looking for the race lead. Thomas Vickers right through the middle of the racetrack, almost trying to make it 3 wide. Meanwhile, Desmond Busby still holds on to the number 1 position. Vickers again just slots that 23 through the middle of the racetrack. And just as we start to get the top 4 trying to break away from the rest of the field and really assert themselves into what is, or what could be, a fantastic showing, we go back to yellow. Bryce, I'll tell you what, you make a pick, and then I will think about making a pick. Like, I don't want to, I just don't want to give people... No, I'll tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. You pick a winner and you pick a hard charger. And I'll do the same. Quick, you got before the end of lap 20. Yeah, promoting it though. So we've got Cooper, Lindgren and Hardy back in the pits. Nick Cooper getting ready to come back out onto the racetrack. The lights go out on the safety car. The safety car goes right and goes back to the pit area. Promote 1320 challenge, 1320 challenge. Search it up on Facebook. Busby and Rumsey once again. Green flag flies. Looking at the 07 entry of Hayden Cardwell, he will definitely be one to watch, especially towards if he can get that nose clean. He'll be one to watch during the back half of this feature event. If there was normally a wall at the racetrack, you could bet that the 07 machine would be up piloting and pounding the concrete wall down. Cardwell came up on Thomas Vickers there. That was Hayden Cardwell. I'm trying to say Hayden Vickers at the same time. There is a Hayden Vickers actually. Rumsey has now got the lead down the back straightaway. Took over the race lead just a lap ago from Desmond Busby. And now Hayden Cardwell follows his teammate and says, you know what, it looks pretty good upstairs. I'll take that one. Cardwell looks through the middle of the racetrack through turn number 3 and 4. Now looks to the outside. Busby once again goes low. Keep an eye on Thomas Vickers. Richard Murtaugh creeping up through the mix. The hard charger, I'm going to go with Josh Fuller. And I'm going to say Hayden Cardwell to win. There you go. Rumsey has got half a second lead, little over half a second, almost 6/10 of a second on the exit of turn number 4. Meanwhile, Hayden Cardwell in that 07 moves up to position number 2. Very smart driving by Hayden Cardwell. He knows that Logan Rumsey's out in front. He knows that if he runs the same line, if he's a little bit better than the 41, he'll catch him and then he'll have an opportunity to make those passes for the race lead. Murtaugh Jr. back there in position number 5. He's up. He's advanced 4 positions. How about Ryan Conrad? +5. Chance Carr from position number 16. He is +7 at the moment. And Josh Fuller from 19th to 11th. That is +8. But William Stites from 24th up to position number 13. He's up +11 positions at the moment. So not a bad drive by the 66. There he is on screen right now. We'll go back and look towards your race leader. A couple of cars waiting there in pit road, trying to get for the yellows maybe to come out, get their cars repaired. So we still watch Busby in that 82 machine in position number 3, the 23 of Thomas Vickers, and then the 33 entry of Richard Murtaugh. That is drivers in 3, 4 and 5 positions. Ryan Conrad down to the low side. He's got Chase Barbara back there in position number 6. So a lot going on at the moment. A lot of drivers still keeping to the bottom side of the racetrack. But then you've got a handful of drivers still working it up on the top side of 3 and 4. Busby closes in on Hayden Cardwell down the back straightaway. So, can Busby, we are halfway home right now, 25 down, 25 to go. Rumsey has opened up 9/10 of a second lead. It was 9/10 at the start-finish line. Hayden Cardwell's got a fair bit of work to do right now. Maybe trying to play the long game. Busby back there in position number 3. Remember, Desmond Busby led about 15, 18 laps of this race, and he started on the pole position. It took a while for someone to get to him. Cardwell, Busby and Vickers again, they all run nose to tail. Busby a little lower than what Vickers and Cardwell is in turn number 1 and 2. There is a thin line of moisture on the top side of the racetrack. You've got to be careful not to go too high up, because you go too high up, the right rear will go off the edge of the racetrack and then you might be stuck in no man's land. Vickers has opted to go back down to the bottom of the racetrack through 3 and 4. So maybe Thomas Vickers trying something different. Oh, Busby into the back of Cardwell. And then Vickers got into the back of Busby. We stay green again. Hats off to the 3 drivers that were able to avoid disaster there. Busby is now Vickers. He gets past there by Richard Murtaugh Jr. Vickers back to the inside. Here comes Ryan Conrad. 4-way dance right now for 4, 5, 6 and 7. Keep an eye on the 4 entry. The green and white car of Huey Quillen trying to make it a 5-car battle. Vickers on the inside of Murtaugh Jr. down into 1 and 2. They're nearly 3 wide behind him. Barbara, Conrad, Quillen 2 by 3 at the moment for positions 4 through to position number 8. Some fantastic racing starting to take place here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Murtaugh again still holds on to position number 4. Vickers trying everything to get back up into the 4 spot. He's holding on by the skin of his teeth at the moment, clutching at straws at the moment. Here comes Barbara to the inside. 1 car goes off the racetrack, goes to the pits. It's Daniel Adam in the 75. And that 1 second lead that Logan Rumsey had, well, you can kiss that goodbye because the yellow comes out. And now we are set for a double file restart. And that time is taken away. Oh, you got to think that Logan Rumsey must be absolutely spitting bullets at the moment. He would be filthy. Tell you what, he has just looked absolutely fantastic. From the 7th starting position. Took him about, let's just round it up, let's just say about 20 laps to get to the race lead. And since he got to the race lead, yeah, Cardwell's been holding off Busby. But that 41 machine, it is looking on point at the moment in that 41 for Slick Sim Sports. Wait for the lights to go out. That indeed they do. So he's opted for the top side of the racetrack. Cardwell now forced to start on the inside. Rumsey, Cardwell, Murtaugh, Busby. That is from outside inside. Green flag goes out and Richard Murtaugh takes full. Oh, no, doesn't want to do that. Okay. We go yellow. Chase Barber back in the pits. Just going to say, Richard Murtaugh took full advantage of that outside row restart on Busby. So as we go back yellow, we're going to take a drink. Hey Bryce, you still here? If you are, I just need you to take a look in 22nd position. Your pick to win, Damien Kiefer. Chance Carl, however, he is inside the top 10. Let's wait for timing to fix itself up. He is plus 8 at the moment. Josh Fuller in 7th. He's plus 12. 15 remaining here at Lucas Oil. Well, Murtaugh got the jump on Busby on the last restart. Now roles reversed because Desmond Busby has taken full advantage of that outside restart, the outside line restart. Another lap in the books. It's going to be 36 down. And I think Hayden Cardwell may have led the 36th lap. So that's going to be crucial if the caution flag comes out. Rumsey, although he's back in front, he would hope that it stays green until they get past the start-finish line. Then he won't care. Rumsey back to the number 1 position. But Cardwell, once again, looks low down in the turn of 1 and 2. You've raced for the lead. The pair of teammates, the Slick Sim Sports. 07 entry of Hayden, the 07 entry of Hayden Cardwell battling with his teammate Logan Rumsey in the 41 for Slick Sim Sports. Then you got the D1RT number 82 of Desmond Busby. Busby a little high, following the Logan Rumsey line through 1 and 2. Cardwell going to take the line with Logan Rumsey all the way down to the bottom side through 3 and 4. Just 11 laps to go. Cardwell goes to the middle. Now Busby changes his lineup. He looks to the inside of the 07 entry. Here is your top 3 on screen. Murtaugh back there in 4th. Conrad 5th. Quillen, Carr, Bernier, Lumley and Cooper your top 10. Make that Josh Fuller in 10th. He battles with Nick Cooper side by side. So that's a good battle. Developing 4 positions, 10 and 11th. But within 10 laps to go, with 9 remaining to be exact, we keep an eye on this battle for the number 1, 2 and 3 positions. It's still Rumsey. You go back, must have felt like an eternity ago when Hayden Cardwell led the lap. It must have been about 5 or 6 laps ago now. When he led that lap, Rumsey would have been thinking, please just let me get back to the front. Let me get back to the start-finish line and get the lap scored. He's got it at the moment. We'll go back and look at Ryan Conrad and Huey Quillen. So the 21 entry, the 21C of Ryan Conrad in position number 5. Here is Huey Quillen in the 4 machine, back there in 6th. And Chance Carr in the 2 machine, plus 9 positions at the moment. Josh Fuller starting to slip back just a little bit. Maybe the car starting to fade away. Quillen with a slide of attempt there on the 21C of Ryan Conrad into turn number 1 and 2. Couldn't quite complete the pass. Now with just 5 laps remaining, Desmond Busby, he was all over the back of Hayden Cardwell through the previous lap there. Cardwell just seems to be just a little bit better on the exit of turn number 2 as we work through 3 and 4. Now the gap's starting to close because Hayden Cardwell may have found something. Although I say that and he's just lost 3/10 of a second at the moment. Busby to the inside on Cardwell again. Rumsey will be licking his chops at the moment, knowing if he's watching his mirror right now down the straightaways, he will see that Hayden Cardwell and Desmond Busby, they are side by side. What that does, because that slows them up because they don't want to get into each other. When Logan Rumsey's out in front, you go back to prior about 15 laps ago before we had the cautions, Rumsey had about a second lead before the yellow come out. Now with 2 to go, Rumsey is driven away from Hayden Cardwell, Desmond Busby. It won't matter all that much because Logan Rumsey, he'll know that he has to just hit 1 decent lap. He has got a 1.3 second advantage over Hayden Cardwell and Desmond Busby. That's your battle for the minor placings right now. Who's going to get the 50? Who's going to get the 25? Because they got no chance to get the 100 because through turn number 3 and 4, your Big Al's Guns December Rumble winner is Logan Rumsey. Hayden Cardwell home in second. Third will go to Desmond Busby. Fourth line, Richard Murtaugh Jr. Ryan Conrad rounds out the top 5. Then you go back to Huey Quillen in 6, Lloyd Bernier, Chance Carr, Knox Lumley, and Joey Lindgren will make up the top 10 in this main event. Let's take a look at your official results. Then we'll get things wrapped up with top 3 interviews. 11th is Nick Cooper, William Stites, Thaddeus Marshall, Richie Yost, Thomas Vick is your 15th finisher, Paul Hollander, Daniel Adam in 16th and 17th, Josh Fuller, Trevor Fitz, Chase Barber in 20th, Bowden Brandt, Damien Kiefer, Chase Hardy, and Jesse Wall. And Jesse Wall didn't even, in fact, make it to the starting grid. But that will do it for this 50-lap A main event. Your Big Al's Guns December Rumble. Your winner is Logan Rumsey. We wait trackside to get a chat with the driver of the 41 machine. Again, we wait for the top three. Once we have the top three where we need them to be, we will then drag them down to where we can have a chat to them. So again, a big thank you to, of course, Aaron Watson, the one that essentially put on this race. But of course, he couldn't do it without the support behind him. Big thank you to, of course, Apex Industries, Big Al's Guns, Ask Aaron Setup Shop, and of course, hashtag Dakota Strong. So wait for top three. Let's give them a few minutes actually. Yes, I don't know what's taking them so long, but maybe they don't have the Discord. Maybe they don't have the Discord. That's all I could say, I reckon. But Logan Rumsey will collect $100 cash. Hayden Cardwell will grab $50, and Desmond Busby will grab $25. So it looks like we still don't have the top three anywhere near where we need them to be. Now, well, I'll tell you what, we might wrap this one up then, because there's only so long you can wait for the top three to virtually get out of the race car and have a chat with us here up in the booth. All right, again, a big thank you to, of course, Aaron Watson and the team that put on this wonderful event, Apex Industries, Big Al's Guns for the putting up, and also putting up their support with Aaron Watson and the Ask Setup Shop. And of course, the Big Al's Guns December Rumble is complete here from the Lucas Oil Speedway. We're still just checking the Discord just to see if they are there, but no, it looks like they're not. So that will wrap us up. We'll take a couple of days off. We'll come back Monday night Australian time, which will be on Monday morning for the Americans at about 1 a.m. or about 1:15 for some New Zealand sim racing midgets, or speed cars they're called here in Australia. But until then, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, I'm Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We'll see you next time.